Brought to you by StationHouseCoffee.com and InspiredDisorder.com/Prime.
What you manifest in your mind, you can bring to reality.
Speed Cubers, documentary on Netflix that I watched this past week. It's a very short documentary, only about 40 minutes or so, that covers speed cubing, which is competitive Rubik's Cube solving. Everybody's seen them. You go through the internet, you see YouTube clips, maybe you're on Reddit, maybe it's Twitter or Instagram, and you're seeing these kids doing Rubik's Cubes faster than you've ever been able to, faster than you even thought was possible to do a Rubik's Cube. And this is a documentary about it. Mainly follows two people, Felix, who is the kind of reigning champion, holding many world records in the Rubik's Cube world, and the upcoming Max Park, who is, as he kind of develops and grows in the community of Rubik's Cubes, he's starting to dethrone Felix. But it's also a documentary about friendship. And it's also a documentary about autism, because Max Park is on the spectrum. And one of the things as a child that really got him to open up was these Rubik's Cubes. When he first learned how to solve a Rubik's Cube, he kind of fell in love with it and just dove in deep, which apparently is a common trait for a lot of people on the autism spectrum. They kind of fall into and get obsessed with getting good at certain things or just doing certain things, and through the process of doing, you just naturally will get better. I wish this documentary was longer. It's it feels very much like a 40-minute documentary. I think they could have easily done a full hour and a half, follow more people in the Rubik's Cube community, because it really only follows two. It really only follows Max Park as he kind of, it shows him kind of getting older, going to these competitions with his parents. Going to these competitions was also the first time that Max was in social situations. It really brought him out of his shell in every way. But primarily it's also about friendship. It's the bond that Felix and Max, despite being rivals in this kind of competitive world of Rubik's Cube, they form a friendship, and it's really heartwarming. It's really heartwarming, and I really enjoy it. But I definitely wish they could have fleshed it out more. I heard somebody, this was recommended on a podcast, and they had compared it to the documentary King of Kong, which is an amazing documentary also about competitive King Kong playing, arcade, specifically playing King Kong on an arcade machine, the OG. There's a glitch that happens when you get to the end. It's really interesting. They really go into that's a documentary that really goes into the people involved in the community of competitive King Kong. But also kind of gets into and delves into a little bit of the history of King Kong, which this documentary could have gone into just a brief history of the Rubik's Cube, maybe. I don't know. Maybe it had a little text kind of opening scene that I didn't see that kind of gives a background on it. For me, Rubik's Cubes, I remember them being kind of the popular, the fidget spinner of its time back in the 90s, or 80s, 90s. I'm sure it came out in the 80s, the Rubik's Cube, but I remember having one as a kid and never being able to solve it. But now you can look online, like everything. You go on YouTube and you learn how to do anything. So you can learn how to do it and solve it. But the thing is with the Rubik's Cube, the competitions, they start, the Rubik's Cube's covered, right? They have a little popcorn box over it. They take it off, and then they're able to pick up the Rubik's Cube and look at the sides and see where the colors are, and they have to assess the strategy, because there's thousands of algorithms that will lead them to solving the Rubik's Cube. So they have to, I don't know how much time, maybe like 10 seconds to look at the cube. Then they have to put it down, and then they have those little hand pads where, you pick your hand up and it starts the timer, and then you have to put your hand back down to stop the timer. Like, you've seen them also, those hand pad things with the, like, cup stacking. It's like it's kind of weird how, like, kids have started these, like, competitions to be fast at doing, like, just, like, really being the fastest at being to do, like, these crazy, obscure, like, things that don't really mean anything in the, like, being able to stack cups or being able to do a Rubik's Cube faster than everybody isn't really a survival skill that's going to propel you to great success. But it's definitely fun to watch, definitely fun to get into. So they look at it, they put their hands down, and then they do it, and they do it like 6 seconds, 6 to 7 seconds. They're able to compete. And there's different size Rubik's Cubes. There's the 3 block, there's the 5 block, there's there's a one-handed thing, which the whole time when you're watching this documentary, Max, as I'm sure it's a coping mechanism and just kind of probably his own fidget spinner in a lot of ways, just to kind of keep his mind distracted from just the world around him. He's always like just one-handed doing the Rubik's Cube. I don't even know if he's looking at it. I think there actually is a competition also where they're blindfolded, which is just crazy. It's just like you want to watch a documentary that just makes you feel like inadequate in every way, right? Aside from watching the Michael Jordan documentary, The Last Dance, you could watch Speed Cubers and just feel like you're missing some brain cells to be able to compete in something like that. Like it made me want to get a Rubik's Cube just to like play around with it, because I remember always thinking, especially like a little older in life, when I would come across a Rubik's Cube, there's this feeling that I think a lot of people have where they just if they tap in somehow, they can accidentally be great at it, like solve it accidentally. I know I've gotten close on solving the Rubik's Cube, but I've never been able to complete one fully. But yeah, it's a fun documentary, heartwarming documentary. I wish it was longer. It could have easily been an hour and a half. Give a little bit more background on the Rubik's Cube. And, the end was kind of disappointing. In a way, it was disappointing because both of the people they're following, spoilers, let's just say they don't perform as well as they had hoped. But because of that, Max Park learns another lesson about, kind of dealing with loss in a way. And also, sharing a loss with a close friend. So I don't know. It's a great documentary if you're looking to burn like 40 minutes. It's on Netflix, called Speed Cubers. And it won't kill you to check it out. I enjoyed it. Be sure to check out our sponsor, Station House Coffee, on Instagram and stationhousecoffee.com. If you're looking for amazing, premium, single origin, small batch coffee, you want to order that coffee, you want that coffee brewed in Vermont, you want that coffee shipped directly to you, then I recommend going to stationhousecoffee.com and ordering yourself some amazing coffee, and follow Station House Coffee on Instagram. Also, get 30 days free of Amazon Prime by going through my link, inspireddisorder.com/Prime. Of course, everybody knows what you get with Prime. You get free 2-day shipping. You also get streaming on millions and billions of movies and TV shows. You get to borrow Kindle books and so many more things, like streaming music. So many things when you get Amazon Prime, and you could try it out for 30 days when you go through my link, inspireddisorder.com/Prime. Go through my link and sign up now, inspireddisorder.com/Prime. New episodes of The Ray Taylor Show come out every single day. Subscribe on IGTV, YouTube, and everywhere else podcasts are found. Binge the full week ad-free over at patreon.com/inspireddisorder. Buy Ray Taylor Show merch over at inspireddisorder.com, and follow Ray Taylor Show on Instagram Have a wonderful day, everybody. Peace out.